Want to know exactly what to expect when Flutter's stable release lands? Before it lands? Then stick around. Welcome to Flutter Notable Commits, a new monthly video series to keep you updated on Flutter's cutting-edge changes as they land on Flutter's main branch. Hi everyone, I'm Abdallah Shaban, and I'm a product manager on the Flutter team. For years, Flutter's framework team at Google has been reviewing notable commits in their weekly staff meetings and sharing them on GitHub. The notable commits are a curated list of the pull requests that have landed in Flutter's framework repo each week. These changes include those landed by the Flutter team at Google, but a large number of contributions also come from you, the Flutter community.
This year, having reached 1,700 contributors to the Flutter project.
So each week's notable commits list is a tribute to everyone who has helped advance Flutter. There's many notable commits, so I'll pick out a few highlights and provide you with a summary of them for that month, or in this first episode, the last 2 months. Let's get into it. Let's kick off our May and June recap with talking about updates to the core Flutter framework. First up, in a massive step towards decoupling the Material and Cupertino design libraries, we've merged a mega PR that represents a critical step in the decoupling of these design libraries out of the core Flutter repository and into their own packages. Over 676,000 lines of code, unit tests, examples, and fixes were decoupled from the main framework repository. This lays the groundwork to ensure that Material and Cupertino libraries can evolve much faster and independently as standalone packages. We've also aligned the hit test tree with the traversal tree by filtering out nodes missing traversal parents. This ensures that screen reader users and keyboard navigation don't get stuck in focus traps on invisible or non-traversable nodes. Next, custom physics animation just got a safety upgrade. We fixed a bug in cubic evaluations where out-of-bounds progress inputs could lock your app in an infinite loop or cause rendering crashes. Your custom spring simulations and bounce animations will now work exactly the way you want them to. And for all of you who have spent hours scratching your heads over obscure casting exceptions when popping screens, we've overhauled route pops. If you return the wrong type from navigator.pop or navigator maybe pop, you now get a clear type mismatch message pointing you to exactly the problem. So you can say goodbye to mysterious casting exceptions. Moving on to animations and styling. For shape decoration, we've now resolved crashes when morphing between a gradient and a flat color. In addition to that, shape border interpolation operations are now fully symmetric, ensuring that backwards transitions look just as smooth and beautiful as forward ones. Finally, some global love. We patched date localization in Arabic to prevent the 0 digit from disappearing in calendar and date formatting widgets. Now, calendars and dates will render as expected for Arabic-speaking users around the world. تواريخنا هلا كلها تمام. Let's talk about Impeller on desktop. We have reached a massive milestone. Impeller is now enabled by default on all desktop platforms, bringing buttery smooth animations and eliminating shader compilation jank. Second, white color gamut is also enabled by default on macOS, delivering rich, vibrant, and precise color rendering on supported hardware. We strongly encourage you to try your desktop apps on the main channel today and file bugs if you encounter issues. Follow these steps to try out these latest changes before they land in the next stable release. Let's wrap up our Flutter engine highlights with updates on Flutter GPU. We've added instance draw support to Flutter GPU and instance rendering to all Impeller backends. This lets you render thousands of identical geometries, like particles, trees, or other objects, in a single GPU draw call. Second, we've introduced hot reload support for Flutter GPU shader bundles. This enables you to edit and recompile your custom shaders on the fly during active development runs, making it possible to see rendering changes instantly without restarting your application. It is a massive boost to developer productivity when writing shaders. Check out this demo by Brandon D. Rozier, the creator of Flutter GPU, on the types of experiences you can achieve today using Flutter GPU and the Flutter Scene package. We know that lots of you want to build 3D experiences with Flutter, and we hear you. So stay tuned for more updates throughout the year. Let's talk about improvements that landed in our tooling. On the security front, we've patched a zip slip vulnerability in the Flutter tool's archive extractor. The tool now explicitly rejects zip or tar files that try to escape their target directories using relative paths like .. Safety first. We have also now added support for flavors on Windows, making it easy to isolate and configure environment-specific resources without manually modifying code files between builds. The widget preview tool got some upgrades too. We've added a zoom slider, made the preview scale to the entire widget tree properly, and hardened it against server-side sub-process crashes. Now, you can preview detailed UI pixels with confidence. Next, let's dive into Swift Package Manager. We have landed some tooling improvements to make package integration smoother. First, Swift Package Manager now supports overriding a federated plugin's default package for a platform implementation. This is an awesome win for when you're trying to test local platform modifications. Second, our add-to-app documentation has been updated to include full, step-by-step setup guides for Swift Package Manager support. You can check it out on our official docs site at docs.flutter.dev. And finally, we've improved build log hygiene. Swift Package Manager warnings are now restricted only to iOS and macOS builds. So if you are targeting Android or web, these warnings are automatically filtered out. Last, but absolutely not least, let's talk about accessibility. Every one of your users deserves a first-class experience. So we've updated the viewport meta tag on Flutter Web to align with WCAG2 guidelines, which enables users to scale and pinch zoom web pages. This is really helpful for ensuring users with low vision get an accessible experience. On Android, we mapped key framework semantic roles directly to native Android classes, ensuring that Google Talkback reads and interacts with custom Flutter components in a native and natural way. We also ensured that when a widget subtree is blocked for accessibility using block subtree, it's also automatically blocked for keyboard focus. This prevents keyboard-only users from losing focus in hidden modals or background content. On iOS, we fixed how headings are announced by mapping Flutter header semantics directly to the iOS UI accessibility trait header trait, replacing incorrect banner announcements. And for privacy, we've disabled spell checking automatically when obscure text is true. This guarantees that passwords, pins, and sensitive credentials are never leaked to external spell check services or custom dictionaries. Flutter is built by all of you, our community. I want to give a huge shout out to our first-time contributors from May and June. Thank you for helping make Flutter better for everyone. You can use all of these latest features today from the main channel. Try it out and let us know what you think on GitHub. If seeing these updates has you feeling inspired to jump in and be a part of our community of awesome Flutter contributors, we'd love to have you join us. Check out docs.flutter.dev/contribute to learn more about landing your very first contribution to Flutter. Finally, this is the very first video episode of Flutter Notable Commits. So please let us know what you think of this format and if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see in these monthly videos. And that's a wrap for May and June's Notable Commits. Thank you for watching and thanks for contributing, and I'll see you next month.